Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 9th of May 2018. So yesterday the pound was up slightly, trading to the R1 level, the resistance one, and it was met by selling. Found a bit of support at the previous day's high, and then just straight through to the psychological level that we see here, the blue line, which is 135.50. before continuing all the way down, and we had the sell signal here. And the reason for the market moving lower was because of this. House prices see biggest monthly fall since 2010, Halifax says, and that's why prices moved lower, or the excuse to move prices lower. So there we see the pound moving to the downside, and then finding support, a bit of a retest around this area before prices move back to the upside. And that's because of the indecision when Trump was speaking with regards to the dollar and the Iran deal, which Trump announced last year that he was withdrawing from. So in the daily chart, we're heading down to 134, certainly in this area. We're through the 76% of the main move, which we can see from over here, this low to this high. So from there to there is the 76%, but we're through that, and no doubt we're going to continue lower as well in the short term. And in the weekly chart, so you can see that we've got the 50-bar average waiting to be hit. In the Dow, well, the market was waiting to see what Trump had got to say. So it started off with this sideways move, lots of selling, and then the buying came in. So the sell signal there failing as the market came back above the psychological level here, which is going to be around the 24,300 level, and then moving to the upside, up at 100 points. Hitting resistance, and then sell signal coming back in, market dropping down 100 points, and then waiting for Trump's announcement, which you can see here. This is when he told the world that the US was pulling out of the Iranian deal, and then the market, true to form, moved back to the upside thereafter, but has been sideways to higher for the overnight session, and has actually allowed the market in the daily chart to trade above the downtrend that we've had in place here for some time. So are we going to break to the upside? Well, if we do, then we've got all of this to contend with here. These are all areas where the market would struggle. However, we are in May, and as I mentioned yesterday, it's generally the case of sell in May and go away, so we could quite easily switch to the downside as well. So watch these resistance areas. Should the market attempt to move higher, then this is going to be an interesting one, and will come into play to no doubt send the market in this direction. Also, the volume at the moment, yesterday, quite a high volume for yesterday, given the size of the price bar and the range of the price bar as well. So there is a bit of selling around as well. But watch this 62 and 76 first off, if prices start to move back to the upside. News today, well, we haven't got an awful lot out. Core PPI, not CPI, PPI. That's out at 130. Everything's US today, and then crude oil inventories, which would be an interesting one given obviously the Iran announcement yesterday. And in Bitcoin, this still moving lower at the moment, through the 62% we drew in yesterday, and just below the 76% as well. So watch this area here. You see if prices will actually come down and test this. Also, the 9,000 level is very important as well. At the moment we're at 9,051. Each time the market's come down to this level, you've seen how it's been brought back up in an attempt to get towards the 10,000. So watch the 9,000 level. There'll be a huge amount of buy orders down at this level. Also, when you look at it from this where you've got generally have a pullback of some sort, and these are the areas where if you had a major pullback in this market, then you would be looking in this area here of 7759 and 7260. But first of all, you've got to take out the 8,000 level. Again, massive buy orders down at the 8,800 level as well. Anything to keep it above 9,000. And then yesterday, if you look at the smaller time frame, you can see the market trading down to these pivots. The S1 yesterday, big move down to here, or volatile move, not so much big, it was only $200, $300, but came straight off the lows, and you can see how the market held. Got pushed up early evening, but then again you can see the market banging its head against this trend that would have been in place, and the previous day's close and the daily pivot, and prices then trading down to yesterday's low, which we see here. And again, an increase in volume. Again, you'll see this where there's buying came in the previous day. You will see this area being used to find further buying in this market. Okay, that's it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.